Superhero movies have become some of the highest grossing movies ever, and a lot of that is thanks to Marvel and the MCU. So here are the highest grossing superhero movies before the MCU. So I'm talking everything before Iron Man, which would be everything before May of 2008. At number 10 is Batman Forever with 336 million. Not a loved movie, but it did good for the time. I think the big appeal for Batman Forever was that it was a complete 180 from Batman Returns, which was extremely controversial with its decisions. At number 9 is The Mask with 351 million. And this was in Jim Carrey's prime year, 1994, where The Mask was one of his 3 big hits. At number 8 is Batman Begins with $375 million. It did really good, but wow, when you look at its 2 sequels, there's a big difference. I think in the couple of years of the Dark Knight trilogy releasing, it kind of just came before, in the middle, and after of like the big change that came to superhero movies with like the MCU starting up. At number 7 is Superman Returns with $391 million. A movie that at the time had an insane budget that was over $200 million. Kind of a norm these days though. I think this movie just wasn't the huge blockbuster that it should have been. I mean, Superman doesn't even throw a punch in the movie. At number 6 is X2 X-Men United with $407 million. A very successful sequel that did better than the first movie by quite a bit. At number 5 is Batman from 1989 with $411 million. At the time, this was considered a huge hit. Really good numbers for the first Batman movie, and it was actually the highest grossing Batman movie for 19 years until The Dark Knight passed it. At number 4 is X-Men The Last Stand with $460 million. It was definitely a success, and it's always a good sign if each movie in your franchise does better and better. Alright, now we're in the top 3, and these 3 are the big ones that really cast a shadow on the rest of these movies, and are the only ones that would honestly be considered a hit today. Number 3 is Spider-Man 2 with $784 million. People just love Spider-Man, and they showed up for a sequel. Although it is odd to me that this one made a tad bit less than the first one. Speaking of, at number 2 is Spider-Man with $825 million. The first ever huge hit when it comes to superhero movies. At the time, it was the highest grossing superhero movie and the 9th highest grossing movie of all time. And then at number 1 is Spider-Man 3 with $891 million. This movie was creeping its way to that billion. I feel like if people actually liked it and it was received well, it would have made so much more. But yeah, Spider-Man 3 was the highest grossing superhero movie pre-MCU, and was the highest grossing Spider-Man movie for 12 years before Spider-Man Far From Home passed it.